It's time for Oskaloosa Indians softball action on the No Coast Network. And now, live softball action on the No Coast Network.
Joe Lancello, and we're ready for game number 2 of this doubleheader between the Oskaloosa Indians and Norwalk Warriors in high school softball. Norwalk won the first game 1-0. As Haley Down outdueled Oskaloosa's Haley Hacker, Down throwing a 2-hit shutout with 12 strikeouts. Hacker gave up 6 hits, but Norwalk got the only run of the game in the 5th inning. Let's look at the starting lineups for this second game. Haley Down, who was the pitcher in the first game for Norwalk, will now play in right field and lead off. Tessa Palmer, who was the catcher in that first game, will now play left field and bat second. And Faith Durandi is pitching for Oskaloosa. Here's a swing and a foul into the screen for strike one. Bradley Sodergren, the designated player, will bat third, and she's hitting for third baseman Lexi Heim. Batting fourth for Norwalk is shortstop Emily Ellis. Durandi's 1-0 sails high 1-1. Batting fifth for Norwalk is first baseman Abigail Johnson. Batting sixth, the second baseman Katie Heverlo. Catching and batting seventh is Maddie Zimmerman, who did not play in the first game. Swinging a line drive right at Taylor Wells, the second baseman, for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down for Norwalk on the top of the first. Batting eighth for Norwalk is the pitcher, Emma Goulian. And batting ninth in center field is Jaden Lammers. Now Tessa Palmer, the left fielder, stands in and looks at a strike. Palmer drove in the only run of the game with a single in the 5th inning. She was 1 for 3 with that RBI, her first of the year. Half swing, cost her 0-2. And you could probably tell who the Norwalk fans were on that one from the groans in the crowd. Durandi's 0-2. Thought about reaching around and swinging, but Palmer didn't, and the count goes 1-2. Megan Mormon is catching for Oskaloosa. She did in the first game. The 1-2 from Durandi sails high 2-2. Ava Vanderwall at first base for the Indians. Taylor Wells at second. Maddie Haynes at short and Ashley Kinley at third. The outfield, Kaylee Johnson in left, Lauren Kuhn in center, and McKenna Schaffner in right. The 2-2 swung on, grounded toward short. Haynes up with it, fires on a bounce, and too late. Palmer will be out with an infield single. Haynes handled it just fine. The throw was in the dirt, and Palmer able to beat it out. So Norwalk with a runner on first with 1 down, and that brings up Bradley Sodergren. And she looks at strike 1. Sodergren, a left-handed hitter. 0 for 2 with 2 walks in the first game. Durandi, the right-hander, deals. Fastball high 1-1. Indians straight away deep in left and center. But Schaffner in right field in a couple of steps. As Sodergren looks at ball 2, 2-1. Shortstop Emily Ellis is on deck for Norwalk. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Swing and a foul out of here to the left, and the count goes 2-2. Coming into the late, Norwalk was ranked 14th in the state in Class 4A. Oskaloosa ranked 5th. Palmer on first. Here's the swing of a 2-2 pitch. And backpedaling is Kuhn in center field. She can't get it. It'll go to the fence. Palmer is at third. She'll round third. Throw is into the infield, and Palmer will score to make it 1-0, and Sodergren has an RBI triple. Lauren Kuhn in center looked like she had a beat on it, but then she started to backpedal faster and the ball was over her head. So Norwalk opened the scoring in the first inning. And this brings up shortstop Emily Ellis, who looks at strike one. Ellis was 0 for 4 in game one. The junior shortstop, a right-hand batter. Sodergren, the runner on third with 1 out and a run in for Norwalk here in the top of the first. Swinging a fastball, a late swing, and it's fouled off to the right. Count goes 0-2. Durandi can put a few miles an hour on her pitches. Sometimes the trick is keeping them in the strike zone. Durandi's 0-2, swing and a foul out of play to the right. Count holds it 0-2. Faith 2-1 on the season with a 2.80 earned run average. This is her 6th game of the year and her 4th start. Or check that, her 5th start. 25 innings pitched, allowed 19 hits. She's walked 3 and struck out 22. The 0-2 pitch, wastes 1 outside, 1-2. Wills at second. And Haynes at short in quite a few steps. The 1-2, high 2-2. Indians might have been expecting them up, maybe some kind of a slap now with Sodergren on third and 1 out. The 2-2 swing ground right to the first baseman. Vanderwall will throw home, but the ball is dropped by Moorman and the run will score. And Ellis will be on her way to second. Ellis will get credit for a fielder's choice. Vanderwall fielded the ball, but her throw home was dropped by the catcher Moorman. And I think they'd have had Sodergren at the plate. It's 2-0 Norwalk. Ellis now the runner at second. And the first pitch to Abigail Johnson, the first baseman, is ball 1. That'll be a catcher on an error on the catcher Moorman. Here's a swing and a foul into the screen. Count 1-1. Now batting number 3. Yeah. On Abigail Johnson, who struck out 3 times in the first game of this doubleheader. Norwalk now 4-0 on the year in the conference. Oskaloosa drops to 2-2. Here's a swing and a grounder to second. Wills has it, bobbles it, picks it up, throws in time for the out at first. The second out of the inning, and on the play, Ellis will go from second to third. Now second baseman Katie Heverlow stands in.
Second base, number 17, Katie Heverlow.
The junior went 2 for 3 in the opening game of the doubleheader, raising her average to .333 on the season. She looks at ball 1 outside. Norwalk now 8-3 overall. That's the same as Oskaloosa's overall record. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. This the start of a busy week for Oskaloosa. They've got a makeup game tomorrow here at home against Grinnell. Then a game against Pella, a single game on Wednesday at home. Next pitch is inside 2-1 to Heverlow. And then a doubleheader at home Friday against Indianola, which is ranked in the top 10 in Class 5A. The 2-1 pitch off the end of the bat. The first baseman, Vanderwall, comes in to make the catch and retire the side. Norwalk strike first early. 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 Oskaloosa error and 1 runner left. After a half an inning, it's Norwalk 2, Oskaloosa coming to bat. We'll be back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN, AM and FM, and the No Coast Network.
Keep up to date on what's going on at the Quincy Place Mall in Ottumwa by joining our text club today. Simply text QPM to 64600. You will receive reminders of our sidewalk sales and other events. Also, when you join our text club, you will be entered for a chance to win a gift certificate. So join our text club today. Text QPM to 64600 and don't forget to like us on Facebook. We'll see you at the Quincy Place Mall at 1110 North Quincy Avenue in Ottumwa.
Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albia is dedicated to providing their customers with friendly service. Falvey Lumber and Hardware values your business and has made it their mission to provide reliable products and services with their customer-driven approach. Falvey's courteous professional team is able to support a range of services to meet your requirements. Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albia. In Eddyville, call 969-4814 or Albia 932-2150.
Now the batting order for the Oskaloosa Indians in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Very similar to the Game 1 lineup. Megan Mormon will lead off and catch. Third baseman Ashley Kinley bats second. First baseman Ava Vanderwall will hit third. Pitcher Faith Durante bats cleanup. Haley Hacker is the designated player, batting fifth, and she hits for right fielder McKenna Schaffner. As Megan Mormon looks at strike one. Megan 0 for 3 in the first game. Facing right-hander Emma Goulian. Guillon. And Goulian's next pitch is inside for a ball, 1-1. Batting sixth for Oskaloosa will be shortstop Maddie Haynes. Second baseman Taylor Wills bats second. Kaylee Johnson, the left fielder, will bat eighth as Mormon swings, hits a fly ball to center field. Caught by Jaden Lammers for out number one. And batting ninth for the Indians will be center fielder Lauren Kuhn. Emma Goulian, a sophomore for Norwalk in the circle, 2-1 on the year. This is her fourth game of the year. They've all been starts. And her first pitch is an off-speed pitch to Ashley Kinley that draws in for a strike. Ashley went 0 for 3 in the opening game of this doubleheader. Norwalk up 2-0. In the bottom of the first, here's a swing and a drive into left center field. That is going to go to the wall. Kinley around first will come into second standing up with a double. Ashley drove that to the gap very, very well. And that's her first extra base hit of the season. So the Indians with a runner on second and one away here. This brings up first baseman Ava Vanderwall, who was 1 for 3 in that first game of the doubleheader. Left-hand batter against the right-hander. Off-speed pitch grounded slowly to short, bobbled by the shortstop, and everybody's safe. Vanderwall reaches on the error, and Kinley goes to third. I don't know if Ellis might have been distracted by Kinley, but she got to the ball and just could not get it into her glove. So the Indians now with runners at the corners and one out. And pitcher Faith Durante stands in. Faith walked twice and struck out in game one of the doubleheader, and she looks at one that just caught the outside corner for strike one. Norwalk deep in the outfield. The center fielder Lammers and Ellis, the shortstop, still shading their eyes. And the pitch gets away from the catcher, not very far, but far enough for Vanderwall to scoot to second. The pitch was in the dirt, so the count goes 1-1 on Durante. So the Indians now with two runners in scoring position with one out. And they trail 2-0 in the bottom of the first. The 1-1 to Durante, swung on, hit hard, past the diving shortstop in the left center field for a base hit. One run is in. Here comes the tying run. And Durante a two-run single, and the Indians have tied it in the bottom of the first. Durante with runs batted in 7 and 8 on the season. As that was hit hard, a diving Ellis couldn't get to the ball. And the Indians tie the score as Kinley and Vanderwall come in to score.
Courtesy running for the pitcher is going to be number 4, Macy Creer.
Now Macy Creer will come in as the courtesy runner.
Designated player, number 13, Haley Hacker.
For Durante, catchers and pitchers are allowed a courtesy runner to speed the game up. And now Haley Hacker, who is the designated player in this second game, will stand in. The left-hand batter looks at ball 1. Haley pitched in the first game. She came into bat in the bottom of the 7th and had a double to left center. Hacker looks at a pitch high, 2-0. Coach Jay Harms, I'm sure, hoping that history might repeat itself and Haley could hit another double. Durante the runner at first with 1 out. The 2-0. Swing and a miss as Goulian changed speeds very well. Goulian, 16 2/3 innings, 15 hits. Walked 9 and struck out 12. Opponents hitting 197 against her. The 2-1 off-speed pitch grounded in the hole towards short. A look at second and no play at first. Hacker is on with an infield single. That ball was hit just slowly enough into the right spot, into the hole on the left side. Ellis fielded the ball cleanly, but by the time she did, there was no play at second or first. And McKenna Schaffner will come in as the flex player that Hacker is hitting for. So Schaffner is able to run for her. And now shortstop Maddie Haynes stands in and looks at ball 1. Indians have tied the score here in the bottom of the first with 2 runs. They've got Durante at second and Hacker at first with 1 away. And the 1-0. High 2-0. Haynes 0 for 3 in the first game of the doubleheader. Second baseman Taylor Wills on deck for the Indians. Haynes, a right-handed batter against the right-hander Goulian. The 2-0. Got the outside corner 2-1. Palmer in left field for Norwalk, standing just in front of the warning track. Lammers in center is deep and shaded over toward left center. The 2-1. Low 3-1. Blocked very nicely by the catcher Maddie Zimmerman. Zimmerman catching in the second game. The infield for Norwalk, the same as in the first game. Abigail Johnson at first, Heverlo at second, Ellis at short, and Lexi Heim at third. The 3-1 to Haynes is inside ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Creer goes to third, the courtesy runner.
Is number 15, Taylor.
Schaffner is on second, and Haynes at first with 1 out. The Indians with 2 runs in already as their pitching coach comes to the mound. I did not see her make a visit in the first game, and she is definitely not head coach Andy Powell, so I assume she's in charge of the pitching. Norwalk scored twice in the top of the first. The Indians have tied things up here in the bottom half and are still threatening. They've got the bases loaded and 1 out. And second baseman Taylor Wills stands in. Taylor 0 for 2 in the first game of this doubleheader. Junior right-handed batter. Swing and hits one foul to the right side. Strike 1. Taylor, no homers, 2 runs batted in. And the Indians with decent speed on the bases. Certainly Creer, the runner at third. The 0-1. Fastball sails high and away, 1-1. Again, Palmer in left field is standing just in front of the warning track for Taylor Wills. Next pitch is high, 2-1. Lammers in center field is also deep, but more straight away this time. And the right fielder down, giving quite a bit of room on the right field line. The 2-1 pitch. Wills hits it right to the second baseman. She'll throw to first for one. They'll get the sure out. But Creer comes in to score, and the Indians take a 3-2 lead. Taylor Wills with her third run bat into the season. Creer comes in to score. Shafter goes to third, and Haynes to second on the play. Two down now for the Indians in the bottom of the first, but they have a 3-2 lead. Their first lead of the evening. And the first pitch of Kaylee Johnson is grounded to short. Ellis throws to first in time for the out to retire the side. The Indians take the lead, 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Norwalk error, and the Indians strand 2. After 1 inning, Oskaloosa 3, Norwalk 2. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indians softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
Last year, the Bank Iowa team completed almost 9,000 community service hours. Oofta! That's more hours than a year contains. It's refreshing to see a bank that cares. That's actually why I chose to bank with Bank Iowa. They're a local bank that invests in community, and the community that matters most is the one that we're both a part of. Visit your local Bank Iowa location to learn more about our personal, commercial, and agricultural banking services, or go online to bankiowa.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, in the first game of this doubleheader, we had a pitcher's duel as Norwalk won at 1-0. Will we have a slugfest here in Game 2? After just 1 inning, it's Oskaloosa leading Norwalk 3-2. And the first pitch to Norwalk catcher Maddie Zimmerman is ball 1. Zimmerman did not play the first game. The junior is 1 for 7 on the year. And she looks at a fastball from Durandi outside 2-0. Zimmerman does have 2 runs batted in on the season. Zimmerman, a left-hand hitter. Fastball inside 3-0. No, that caught the inside corner for a strike. 2-1. Zimmerman, pitcher Emmy Goulian, and center fielder Jaden Lammers to bat for Norwalk in the top of the second. And Zimmerman looks at a fastball inside 3-1. Indians straight away in the outfield for the left-handed batting Zimmerman. Durandi, the right-hander, deals. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Zimmerman's 3-2 pitch is just low ball 4. First walk that Durandi has given up as Norwalk get the leadoff runner on the top of the second. And with the catcher reaching base, we should see a courtesy runner. And we do in Cameron Gilchrist.
Courtesy running for the catcher is going to be number 11, Cameron Gilchrist.
Gilchrist played in the outfield in the first game of this doubleheader. And the first pitch to Emma Goulian is just inside ball 1. Goulian yet to bat this season. Tall right-handed batter stands straight in the box. Takes a pitch on the inside corner. Count evens 1-1. Gilchrist the one around first. Nobody down. The 1-1 pitch is swung on, hit foul to the right. Count goes to 1-2. Center fielder Jaden Lammers is on deck for Norwalk. The 1-2 pitch is grounded slowly to short. Haynes throws to second for one. No chance to get a relay throw to first. Goulian reaches on a fielder's choice 6-4. Haynes the shortstop to Wills the second baseman. That's the first out in the top of the second. That brings up Jaden Lammers, and we'll see a different courtesy runner for the pitcher Goulian.
Courtesy runner for the pitcher is going to be number 19, Abby Bowles.
And that is Abby Bowles, Bowles. She is a junior, seeing her first action in this doubleheader. And the first pitch to Jaden Lammers is called a strike. Lammers 2 for 3 in the first game, and she scored the only run of that game. Next pitch misses ball one. Kuhn in center in a couple of steps. Johnson as well. Lammers faked a bunt and went around for a strike, 1-2. Lammers a left-handed hitter. Shafter in left field, very shallow, and the pitch sails in on Lammers and got her in the head. That's the sixth batter that Durante has hit this season. And Norwalk now with runners on first and second and one down. This brings up the top of the order. And right fielder Haley Down, who lined to second her first time up. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander Durante. Fastball misses inside ball one. Norwalk trying to extend their 6-game winning streak. The one in their first strike, 1-1. Norwalk will be back in Oskaloosa on Saturday as they play in the Indian Classic at Lacey Recreation Complex. The 1-1 swung on, popped up into the right side. Shafter comes in a couple of steps from right field to make the catch for out number 2. So the runners retreat to first and second. 2 down now for Norwalk in the top of the second. And this brings up Tessa Palmer, the left fielder.
23, Tessa Palmer.
Palmer reached on an infield single and scored in the first inning. Norwalk scored 2 in their half of the first. Oskaloosa replied with 3. Here's a swing and a fly ball to short right field. Coming in and making a nice catch is McKenna Scheffner as she slid to her knees and retires the side. Norwalk, no runs, no hits. There was a walk and a hit batter and 2 runners left. The Warriors have stranded 3. After an inning and a half, it's Oskaloosa 3, Norwalk 2. Back in a minute, this is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
Fred's Muffler Shop in Oskaloosa has been a family-owned and operated business for over 55 years and is proud to support our community and the student athletes in it. Fred's Muffler provides their customers with bumper-to-bumper quality work done with hometown dependability and competitive prices. Come see what's new at Fred's Muffler Shop in the brand new showroom located at 1214 A Avenue West in Oskaloosa.
For all your home and business pest management needs, call Certified Pest Control of Oskaloosa. Beth and I offer better prices, better service, same-day responses, and satisfaction guaranteed. We are the only pest control company locally owned and operated. Remember, termites on your property will lead to wood structural damage. So call now for your termite inspection and ask about termite pre-treatment of new construction. We also offer bed bug heat treatments. For seasonal or monthly pest control at the guaranteed lowest prices in the area, call Certified Pest Control, 641-295-0700. We are licensed to kill.
Indians have their 9-1-2 hitters batting in the bottom of the second. Center fielder Lauren Kuhn will start things off. Lauren, no official at-bats this year. She has 1 walk. She has scored 4 times as a courtesy runner. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Goulian is swinging a foul over the screen for strike one. And a fan with a nice catch. That's 2 today. Well, the first guy I'll give a little more credit to because he caught it barehanded. Ball was coming a little bit faster. The 0-1 to Kuhn. Ducks away from a fastball inside, 1-1. Kuhn followed by Megan Mormon and Ashley Kinley for the Indians in the bottom of the second. As the Indians are up 3-2 in the second game of this doubleheader against Norwalk, with Norwalk winning the first game 1-0. Kuhn bluffed a bunt. Ducks away from a pitch inside 2-1. Sun's starting to make its way down. The lights are on here now at Oskaloosa High School. And I noticed the center fielder and shortstop for Norwalk no longer shading their eyes. Kuhn looks at a pitch outside, 3-1. Norwalk deep in the outfield and straight away. To the right-handed hitting Kuhn. Here's the 3-1. Swinging a foul into the screen, 3-2. Lauren, a senior, part of the Indians cross-country team this year, and Lauren represented the Indians at state. The 3-2, swinging a high pop-up into short center field. The center fielder, Lammers, coming in a couple of steps to make the grab for out number one. This brings up the top of the Oskaloosa batting order, and catcher Megan Mormon, who flied to center her first time up. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Heim at third, Johnson at first, playing close to the lines. With one out, nobody on. The 0-1, swung it, hit into the hole to left field for a base hit. Palmer comes up with the ball, and Megan Mormon with a one-out single, her first hit of this doubleheader. And the Indians will use a courtesy runner for Mormon, the catcher.
Courtesy running for the catcher is going to be number 7.
And this will bring up Kara Bjornsson as the courtesy runner. So third baseman Ashley Kinley stands in now with a runner on first and one out. Ashley had a double left center her first time up. Here's a swing and another ground ball into the hole to the left for a base hit. Bjornsson will stop at second. The Indians threatening again here in the bottom of the second. And you'd think it was deja vu all over again because both balls were hit into the same spot, into the hole between third and short. At about just the same speed. Now Eva Vanderwall, the first baseman, stands in. The left-hand batter looks at a pitch that gets away from the catcher, and the Indians will have advanced runners to third and second. That seemed like it was catchable, but it also seemed to hit Zimmerman, the catcher, in her left thigh as it went to the screen. So Bjornsson now at third and Kinley at second with one out. And a 1-0 count to Vanderwall. Swing and a grounder up the middle for a base hit. Bjornsson has scored. And while Kinley stops at third, Vanderwall is able to advance to second on the lack of a throw. Vanderwall with her 10th run batting of the season, and the Indians increase their lead to 4-2.
Now hitting number 10, Faith Durande.
Now Faith Durande stands in. She had a 2-run single and scored in the first inning. And strike one to Faith. 4-2 Indians in the bottom of the second, and Oskaloosa still batting. Runners on second and third, one out. Next pitch to Durande, floats outside, 1-1. Emma Sukup, a right-hander, was throwing in the bullpen area between innings. And she might be the next candidate to pitch if Goulian can't stay out of trouble. The count 2-1 now on Durandi. Faith, tall right-hand batter, stands in. The 2-1. Swing and a miss and an off-speed pitch. Count goes 2-2. Over on the baseball field here at Oskaloosa High School, it was Norwalk winning the first game of their doubleheader against Oskaloosa 9-6. Game 2 of that twin bill is underway. The 2-2 hit slowly down the third base line, foul. The count holds at 2-2. Indians with a run in here in the bottom of the second. Kinley is on third. Vanderwall on second. Two and two on Faith Durandi. Looks at one high, 3-2. Designated player Haley Hacker is on deck. The 3-2 swung on, hit high in the air, going in a short right field, and it's caught by the right fielder down. And she'll throw in. There will be no attempt to score, so that's 2 down. And the Indians still with runners on second and third. The way down came in there, she also had to worry about Hevelo, the second baseman, coming back, and the center fielder Lammers coming over. Down almost played that ball as though she thought it might explode on contact. Now Haley Hacker, the left-handed hitter, stands in and takes strike one. Haley reached on an infield single her first time up. 4-2 Indians looking to add to it here with 2 out in the bottom of the second and runners on second and third. Next pitch is a fastball, high and away, 1-1. Norwalk deep in the outfield. And Lammers in center field quite a few steps over in left center. Next pitch is high, 2-1. So if Haley pulls this or at least hits it up the middle, that would score 2 more Oskaloosa runs. The 2-1. Swing and a foul to the left side near the Oskaloosa dugout on the third base side, and the count evens 2-2. Shortstop Maddie Haynes on deck for the Indians. Hacker straight up in the left-hand batter's box at 2-2, swinging a foul into the screen, and we'll do it again at 2-2. The wind has really calmed down here. Not that it was going outrageously fast, but the flags in right field, down the line, and right center field are now still. The 2-2 to Hacker. Strike. No, ball was low. It was down the middle, but it was low, and the count goes full 3-2. Kinley on third. Vanderwall at second. 3-2 to Hacker. Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Second walk that Goulian has allowed.
Now up for the Indians, the shortstop.
And this will bring up shortstop Maddie Haynes with the bases loaded. Maddie walked her first time up. Right-hand batter stands in close to the front of the batter's box. First pitch, low and away, ball 1. Second baseman Taylor Wills on deck, hoping to get a chance to hit here in the second. Bases loaded with Indians. 1-0 pitch in on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Kinley on third, Vanderwall on second. I thought Schaffner, the courtesy runner, would be on first, but no, it's Hacker doing the running here, swinging a ground ball down the third base line, foul. Count is 1-2. As Hacker is the flex player, they could have had McKenna Schaffner run for her because Hacker is hitting for Schaffner, the right fielder. The 1-2 to Haynes, swing and a miss, strike 3. The Indians add to their lead, though, but it could have been more. The Indians with 1 run on 3 base hits. There were no errors. And the Indians left the bases loaded. Oskaloosa stranded 5 through 2 innings of batting. And our score is Oskaloosa 4, Norwalk 2. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
Oskaloosa Vision Center's hometown doctors have strong roots in Oskaloosa and are dedicated to serving the community. We use state-of-the-art equipment to provide high-quality, professional eye care through comprehensive eye exams, medical care for eye infection and disease treatment, as well as emergency aid and pre- and post-operative care. With our large variety of prescription glasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses, we strive to meet the needs of all patients, from newborn to adult. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
Fred's Muffler Shop in Oskaloosa has been a family-owned and operated business for over 55 years and is proud to support our community and the student athletes in it. Fred's Muffler provides their customers with bumper-to-bumper quality work done with hometown dependability and competitive prices. Come see what's new at Fred's Muffler Shop in the brand new showroom located at 1214 A Avenue West in Oskaloosa.
After 2 innings, Norwalk 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. Oskaloosa 4 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. We go to the top of the 3rd. And designated player Bradley Sodergren stands in, swinging to the first pitch, hits it down the left field line, and slicing left and foul for strike 1. Sodergren with an RBI triple in the first inning, and she later came around to score. Norwalk with 2 in the first, Oskaloosa 3 in the first and 1 in the second. Norwalk batting now top of the 3rd. Faith Durante's 0-1, floats high 1-1. Durante threw 2 innings, gave up 2 hits in the opening inning. She walked a batter and hit 1 in the second. Next pitch is a fastball, sails high 2-1. Faith has given up 2 runs. Hasn't struck out anyone yet. The 2-1, caught the outside corner for a strike, 2-2. Sodergren followed by shortstop Emily Ellis and first baseman Abigail Johnson for the Norwalk 3rd. Oh, and this pitch hitter. Again, sailing inside. Second hit batter by Durante today.
Emily Ellis.
And this will bring up shortstop Emily Ellis. Time call to Sodergren, walking around a little bit behind first base, making sure all her marbles are intact. There will be a courtesy runner or a pinch runner. And this will be the third baseman, Lexi Heim. Sodergren is the designated player for Heim, who is playing defensively at third base. Durante has walked 1 Norwalk batter and hit 2 today. Now shortstop Emily Ellis, a right-handed batter, who reached on a fielder's choice. An error, we've got time called. Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue was. Indians stray away in the outfield for the right-handed hitting Ellis. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. Indians normal depth in the infield, straight away in the outfield. The 1-0 pitch, swinging a foul out of here, 1-1. Indians looking to snap Norwalk's 6-game winning streak and get a split of this doubleheader. The 1-1 in for a strike, 1-2. Durante looks in the 1-2. Swing hit in the air to right field. Back is Schefter, and she'll make the catch. Schefter was running away from home plate, moving back, and was able to make the grab. A nice catch for out number 1. And Heim retreats to first. This brings up first baseman Abigail Johnson for Norwalk. She grounded to second her first time up. Right-hand batter against the right-hander Faith Durante. Swing a grounder foul to the left side. Handled nicely by Andy Pals, the Norwalk head coach in the third base coaching box. Strike 1. Hardly a cloud in the sky right now in Oskaloosa. The 0-1. Fastball, swing and a miss, 0-2. Second baseman Katie Heverlow is on deck for Norwalk in the top of the third. Oskaloosa leading Norwalk 4-2. Durante's 0-2. Fastball sails away 1-2. Indians number 5 in the state in Class 4A. Norwalk number 14 in the state in Class 4A. The Indians would like to get a split of this doubleheader as they lost the first game 1-0. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled into the screen, still 1-2. Johnson with a look at third base coach Andy Pals. Durante's 1-2. Swung on, hit high in the air to center field. Coming in is Kuhn to make the catch for out number 2. That one sounded like it was hit well, but it was high, but not all that far, and Lauren Kuhn made the grab for out number 2. Heim still the runner at first for Norwalk. This brings up second baseman Katie Heverlow, who popped to first her first time up. Right-hand batter and a crouch. Looks at strike 1. Indians regular depth in the infield. Kuhn a little bit deep in center for Heverlow. The 0-1 pitch is high for a ball, and the ball got away from Mormon, and that will allow Sodergren to go to second on the wild pitch. It was in the dirt. Megan had blocked it, but she had moved to the left-hand batter's box, and the ball actually went behind the right-handed batting Heverlow. And that little bit of a gap was all that was needed for check out the courtesy runner Heim to go to second. Here's a swing and a foul out of play to the right, and the count goes 1-2 on Heverlow. Catcher Maddie Zimmerman on deck for Norwalk. The 1-2 swung on, grounded foul down the third base side. Count holds 1-2. Indians have a little action in their bullpen. And that's Abby Braunmeyer, who I have not seen pitch this season. Next pitch to Heverlow is outside. The count evens 2-2. Heim, the runner on second with 2 out in the top of the third. The 2-2, outside 3-2. The only pitchers the Indians have used this season are Haley Hacker and Faith Durante, but with a lot of games coming up this week, other options are possible, and this is ball 4 inside. So Heverlow goes to first. Heim holds at second with 2 down. And this brings up catcher Maddie Zimmerman, who walked her first time up. Second walk allowed by Faith Durante. Oh, okay. Zimmerman, a left-handed batter, stands in against the right-hander Durante. First pitch, missed outside, ball 1. Now, Thought there was going to be time called after a warm-up pitch in the bullpen got onto the field briefly, but the Indians were able to retrieve it. And Zimmerman swings and fouls one into the screen to even the count at 1-1. Now the base umpire is coming into the circle. He's going to clean off the pitching rubber. Never seen that before. Usually it's the pitcher from either side who will do that. May have been concerned that Faith Urani was stretching out a little bit, trying to extend the rubber, the length of the pitching rubber. The 1-1 to Zimmerman, foul back into the screen, 1-2. Heim on second, Heverlew at first with 2 down on the top of the third. Norwalk trying to get onto the board as they trail Oskaloosa 4-2. The tying runs are on base. Here's a swing and a foul into the screen again, and the count to Zimmerman holds at 1-2. Pitcher Emma Goulian is on deck for Norwalk. Zimmerman stands in, the 1-2. Just missed inside 2-2 on a good fastball. Zimmerman stands in, the 2-2. Swinging a foul at the screen. And it's still 2-2. Runners at first and second. The 2-2 swung on and fouled into the screen again. And it's still 2-2. That's one thing the Norwalk batters have been pretty good at tonight, is just getting a piece at something. The 2-2 again. Swung on, hit into right center field, and that will go all the way to the wall. Heim has scored. Heverlew is around third. Zimmerman will stop at second with a double. And it's now a 4. And 2 runs have scored. I thought Heverlew held up at third, but she came in around and scored, and we're tied at 4 on a 2-run double by Zimmerman. And Zimmerman now with 4 runs batted into the season on just 2 hits.
It's going to be number 11, Cameron Gilchrist, up to bat now for the Warriors.
Cameron Gilchrist comes in to run at second, the courtesy runner for the catcher Zimmerman. And now Goulian stands in with a 4-4 game here in the top of the third. And the go-ahead run at second with 2 down. Goulian looks at strike 1. The 0-1 fouled into the screen, 0-2. Again, we had a pitcher's duel in the first game. Norwalk won that 1-0. We've got a makings of a slugfest here in the top of the third. The game tied at 4. The 0-2 outside, 1-2. Jaden Lammers, the center fielder, on deck for Norwalk, hoping to get a chance here in the top of the third. Gilchrist, the runner at second. The 1-2 missed inside, 2-2. Wills at second in a couple of steps. Goulian, the right-hander, swing, foul in the center, flying to center field. Kuhn going back into right center to make the grab for out number 3, and the Indians get out of the jam, but Norwalk tie the score. 2 runs with just 1 base hit. There was also a hit batter and a walk. No errors, 1 runner left. Norwalk is stranded 4. After 2.5, it's Norwalk 4, Oskaloosa 4. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Water is more than just a source of life. We have fun with it, clean with it, grow with it, save lives with it. How water gets to us is rarely ever thought about. But at Clow Valve Company, water is never taken for granted. We design and build some of the most advanced water valves and hydrants in the world from one of the cleanest, greenest, and safest facilities in the United States. Clow Valve Company, it's more.
Norwalk take advantage of a hit batter and a walk in the top of the third. And Maddie Zimmerman drives them both in with a double. That makes it a 4-4 game as Oskaloosa come to bat in the bottom of the third. Second baseman Taylor Wills leads off, and she hits one into short right center field. That will drop in for a base hit. Lammers fields it quickly, and Wills, who grounded to second and drove in a run in the first inning, has a leadoff single.
Single brings up number 9, Kaylee Johnson.
Seventh hit of the day for the Indians, and this brings up left fielder Kaylee Johnson, who grounded to short her first time up. First pitch is a fastball that sails outside for ball one. Norwalk was expecting a bunt, as Heim from third and Johnson from first were charging in. Johnson, a right-hand batter, stands straight on the box. Goulian's next pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. There is activity in the Norwalk bullpen. Right-hander Emma Sukup is throwing. The 1-1, a bunt by Johnson. The first baseman up off the bag, throws to the second baseman. Hevelo covering for the sacrifice and the out. Wills goes to second on the sacrifice. Johnson is retired 1-4. Or check that, 3-4. First baseman Johnson to the second baseman, Hevelo. So the Indians with the go-ahead run in scoring position with one out. And Lauren Kuhn stands in. She flied to center her first time up. Right-hand batter looks at strike one. Lauren, a graduated senior, who will be going to Central College next year and run with the Central College track program. The 0-1. Missed just outside 101. Norwalk giving Kuhn a lot of room in the middle infield, so a grounder past the pitcher could be just enough to get Wills home from second. Next pitch to Kuhn is away 2-1. Again, Norwalk playing deep in left field and in center field. Here's a swing and a foul to the right side, and it will be caught in foul territory by the first baseman Johnson for out number 2. Wills holds at second. And that brings up the top of the order, Megan Mormon, the Oskaloosa catcher, who has flied out, singled, and scored. Officially 1 for 2. And the first pitch is just outside ball one. And again, Ellis at short and Heverlo giving quite a bit of room up the middle. The 1-0 pitch bounces in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, goes to the screen, and on the play, Wills will go to third. Second wild pitch of the game thrown by Goulian. That puts the go-ahead run 60 feet away at third base with 2 down, and the count is 2-0 to Mormon. Righty to righty. 2-0 pitch sails outside, 3-0. Third baseman Ashley Kinley looking to bat next. The 3-0. Ball 4 high. Third walk given up by Goulian. The Indians now with runners at the corners. And Kiera Bjornsson will come in to be the courtesy runner for Mormon. Wills at third, Bjornsson at first with 2 away, and third baseman Ashley Kinley, who has doubled and singled. Halfway to the cycle. First pitch to Ashley is high ball 1. Lammers shaded well over toward left center. And the Norwalk outfield. Palmer deep in left. Down in right field, shaded a bit. Next pitch is low, 1-0. The throw from the catcher got away from Goulian of the mound, but the Indians don't take any bait or try to advance. Again, if Kinley can hit a ground ball past the pitcher, that's going to go a long way into the outfield. The 2-0 swing hit to the second baseman. Heverlo has it, throws to first in time for the out. The Indians threaten but don't score in the third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. The Indians have stranded 7. After 3 innings, it's Oskaloosa 4, Norwalk 4. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian softball on KMZN, AM and FM, and the No Coast Network.
For over 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old-world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
Hi, I'm Edward Jones, Financial Advisor, Amber Coffee.
I'm Edward Jones, Financial Advisor, Brandon Kane.
I'm Edward Jones, Financial Advisor, Jennifer Main.
I'm Edward Jones, Financial Advisor, Jason Rosenboom.
I'm Edward Jones, Financial Advisor, Austin Norris.
If your saving for retirement strategy involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," you need to talk with an Edward Jones Financial Advisor. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. For sound financial advice, contact your local Edward Jones professional today. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Center fielder Jaden Lammers standing in for Norwalk to lead the top of the 4th of a 4-4 game, and she takes strike 1. Lammers was hit by a pitcher first time up. Norwalk 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Oskaloosa 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. The 0-1 pitch missed for ball 1. Faith Durante has gone the distance on the mound for the Indians. Yet to record her first strikeout. She's walked a couple of batters and hit a couple. The next pitch is in for a strike, 1-2 to Lammers. The 1-2 swung and a foul out of here to the left. Count holds at 1-2. Lammers, the number 9 hitter in the Norwalk batting order, will be followed by right fielder Haley Down and left fielder Tessa Palmer. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, hit in the air to left field. Kaylee Johnson comes in to make the grab for out number 1. One up and one down for Norwalk in the 4th. This brings up the top of their order. And Haley Down, who pitched and won the first game of the doubleheader. Playing right field in the second game. She's lined to second and flying to right. Norwalk won the first game 1-0. Down looks at strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. We're 4-4 here in the top of the 4th. The 0-1 sails outside, 1-1. Indians starting a busy week with a doubleheader today. They would like to get a split out of this now. The pitch is inside to down, and now it's 2-1. Durandi deals a fastball, missed inside, 3-1. The Oskaloosa bullpen is quiet now. Activity again in the Norwalk bullpen. The 3-1 misses inside for ball 4. Durandi's third walk will bring up left fielder Tessa Palmer. Goulion, the pitcher, is actually throwing warm-up pitches, as the first pitch to Palmer is in for a strike. Maybe somebody noticed something and want to just work on it now while the Warriors are batting. The 0-1, high 1-1. Down the runner on first with one down. Swing, ball hit to the mound. Durandi throws to short for 1. Throw to first is not in time. The throw pulled the first baseman Vanderwall off the bag. So Palmer reaches on a fielder's choice. Down is retired, 1-6, pitcher to shortstop. Palmer becomes the runner at first with 2 down, and this brings up Bailey Sodergren, the designated player.
Now up to bat for the Warriors, number 13, Riley Sodergren.
And now we've got time called as Coach Andy Pals is over to talk at first base. I'm not sure whether it's with the umpire or with Palmer at first. And there will be a new runner at first. And if she turns around, I can tell you who it is. Sodergren is ready to hit. And Charlie Peters is going to be the runner for Palmer. Peters played in the outfield in the first game, and maybe she'll come back in to play the outfield in the bottom half of this inning. We'll have to see. So Peters is the runner on first with 2 away, and Sodergren steps in. She's hit a triple. Here's a ground ball booted by the shortstop Haynes. It goes into center field, and the ball is quickly thrown back in, and Sodergren will reach on the error. And Peters is safe at second, and Maddie Haynes looked like she might have taken a funny hop on the hand. Coach Jay Harms is out to have a look at his shortstop. They're looking at her right hand. So that would have come off her bare hand, and I think the Indians are going to make a change. Maddie taking a few throws to see how the hand feels. I wasn't able to tell as the ball was hit that quickly whether that hit Maddie on the bare hand or not.
Now up for the Warriors.
As she tried to field that. But Norwalk with runners at first and second and 2 down. And the cleanup hitter Emily Ellis stands in. First pitch to her is low for ball 1. Ellis reached on a fielder's choice and an error and flied out, so officially 0 for 2. Norwalk trying to break a 4-4 tie here in the top of the fourth. They've got runners at first and second and 2 down. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball in for a strike, 1-1. Norwalk playing deep, Oskaloosa playing deep in the outfield in left and center. Not so much in right. The 1-1 pitch hit right back to Durrani in the circle. Throw to first in time for the out. The Indians dodge a bull in the fourth. No runs, no hits. There was a walk and 1 error. 2 runners left. Norwalk has stranded 6 after 3.5 in game 2 of this doubleheader. Norwalk 4, Oskaloosa 4. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian softball on KMZN, AM and FM in Oskaloosa.
We all need help from time to time, especially during life's health transitions. Whether you're getting back on your feet or looking for a new place to call home, Care Initiatives is here. For over 25 years, we've helped Iowans maintain independence and quality of life. Rehabilitation, skilled nursing, long-term care, hospice care. No matter what life brings, our team of experts are ready. Care Initiatives for life's health transitions.
Craig Ford has the lowest prices around on brand new Fords. And now when you purchase a new Craig Ford, we'll also give you a 65-inch 4K HD flat screen TV.
No extra charge.
Buy a Ford, get a flat screen at Craig Ford. And if you can bring me a deal I can't beat, I'll still give you the TV. Craig Ford in Oskaloosa, where you get the best deals on new Fords and a 65-inch HD TV.
Some limitations apply. See Craig Ford for details.
Into the game defensively for Norwalk is Charlie Peters, who came into pinch run for Tessa Palmer in the top half of this inning. Peters will go into left field, replacing Palmer, and go in her number 2 spot in the batting order. Now the Indians stand in on the bottom of the fourth, as first baseman Ava Vanderwall looks at a fastball outside for ball 1. Vanderwall, pitcher Faith Durrandi, and designated player Haley Hacker to hit for the Indians here in the bottom of the fourth, trying to break a 4-all tie. The 1-0 pitch from Emma Goulion sails way high, 2-0. Vanderwall reached on an error and scored, and singled to drive in a run, officially 1 for 2. The 2-0 swung on, soft fly ball down the left field line and caught in foul territory by Peters, who just came into the game. 1 up and 1 down for the Indians in the bottom of the fourth. Still tied at 4. And now Faith Durrandi, the pitcher, who has a 2-run single in the first inning. She came around to score, and she's also flied to right. This one's hit high in the air to the right side, foul territory, handled by the first baseman Johnson for out number 2. Two up and 2 down quickly, and now Haley Hacker, the designated player, she has reached on an infield single and walked, officially 1 for 1. Left-hand batter looks at a pitch just outside, ball 1. Goulion has allowed 7 hits and 2 walks in her 3 2/3 innings. The 1-0 grounded to the shortstop. Ellis up with it, throws in time for out number 3. So a quick inning for Goulion in the fourth. 3 up, 3 down. After 4, it remains Norwalk 4, Oskaloosa 4. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
My name is Luke Harris, and I'm proud to be a local farmer. Partnering with Flight and State Bank helps me in my farming enterprise to make sound day-to-day decisions from a financial perspective, because they provide the financial stability and advice that I need to run my business the way it needs to be ran.
Hello, this is Wade Davidson, owner of Rock Island Tap, and I want to invite you to come down and check out the tap. We are excited to offer you 59 various beer selections, including 24 craft and domestic beers. We not only offer unique beers, but we can get you mixed drinks, wine, and my famous vodka and Jameson Bloody Marys. We are looking forward to offering lots of events and live music. You're going to want to keep updated on all activities and live music, so be sure to like us on Rock Island Tap Facebook page or call 641-676-ROCK for more information. Come on down to the Rock Island Tap, relax, and enjoy a few with us.
We go to the top of the fifth. Still Oskaloosa 4, Norwalk 4 as Norwalk come to bat in the top of the fifth inning. First baseman Abigail Johnson looks at ball one. Johnson is grounded to second and fly to center. Johnson, Katie Heverlow, and Maddie Zimmerman, the 5, 6, 7 hitters for Norwalk here in the top of the fifth. Norwalk won the first game of this doubleheader 1-0. It's tied at 4 here in the top of the fifth. As Johnson backs away from a fastball, the count goes to 2-0. Both starting pitchers still with us here through 4 innings. Now Durandi in the top of the fifth for Oskaloosa. Misses outside 3-0. Durandi, the tall right-hander, to the right-handed batting Johnson. The 3-0. In for a strike, 3-1. Indians in a little bit shallow for Johnson. All the way across the outfield. Kaylee Johnson, Lauren Kuhn, and McKenna Schaffner from left to right. The 3-1 pitch, well inside ball 4. So Johnson reaches on a leadoff walk.
Now up, number 17.
Third walk Durandi has allowed. She's also hit 2 batters. And now Abby Braunmeyer starts to throw again in the Oskaloosa bullpen. Here's a bunt by Heverlow. Borman, the catcher, up with it, throws to Willis covering at first in time for the out. The sacrifice completed, 2-4. Mormon, the catcher, to Wills covering at first, and on the play, Johnson goes to second.
Sacrifice bunt brings up number 21, Maddie Zimmerman.
So now we're maybe thinking small ball again here. After the offensive flurry early. And now we get to the top of the fifth. Johnson, the runner, on second with 1 out. And the first pitch to Maddie Zimmerman is low ball 1. Zimmerman with a walk and a 2-run double her last time up in the 3rd inning. That tied the game at 4. The 1-0 hit high in the air. The second baseman, Wills, will come in to make the grab for out number 2. Not hit very high or very far. And no chance for Johnson to try to advance from second. Now the catcher, Emma Goulian, stands in. She's hit into a fielder's choice and fly to center, officially 0 for 2. Durandi's first pitch is in for a strike. Norwalk trying to extend a 6-game winning streak. Durandi's 0-1 pitch is a fastball outside, 1-1. Goulian, a right-handed batter, stands in. Time is called. I'm not sure what the issue was, but apparently we're fine. Braunmeyer continues to throw in the Oskaloosa bullpen. The 1-1 pitch grounded to short. Haynes couldn't hang on to it, and everybody's safe. That one took a hop and hit Maddie in the chest, and then the ball got away from her before she could glove it. And Norwalk now with runners on first and third. There will be a courtesy runner once again for Norwalk for the pitcher. Abby Bowles will go to first. Johnson is on third. She is the go-ahead run with 2 out. And now Jaden Lammers, the left-handed hitting center fielder, stands in. And she looks at strike 1. Lammers was hit by a pitch and has flied to left, officially 0 for 1. Runners on the corners with 2 down. Durante's 0-1. An excuse-me swing foul. Hit the screen in front of the Oskaloosa dugout on the third base side. And Durante is quickly ahead of Lammers 0-2. Norwalk 2 runs in the first, 2 in the third. Oskaloosa 3 in the first and 1 in the second. The 0-2. Strike 3 called. And that retires the side. The Indians get out of trouble in the 5th. No runs, a walk, no hits. 1 Oskaloosa error, and 2 runners left. Norwalk is stranded 8. After 4.5, it remains tied. Norwalk 4, Oskaloosa 4. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indians softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
Staying healthy has just gotten quicker and easier. Pella Regional Health Center's walk-in clinic is there when you need it. And now you can reserve your spot with convenient online reservations. Goodbye waiting room. Hello walk-in reservations. Go to www.pellahealth.org/walk-in to reserve your spot at Pella Regional's walk-in clinic. Pella Regional Health Center, providing healthcare and healing services with Christian compassion.
Indians bat now in the bottom of the 5th. We're still tied at 4. Maddie Haynes, the shortstop, stands in, followed by second baseman Taylor Wells and left fielder Kaylee Johnson, the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Oskaloosa. Haynes a swing and a line drive up the middle for a base hit. Maddie had walked and struck out in her 2 previous appearances in this second game. And Maddie's right hand appears to be fine. That's what they were looking at in the 4th inning. But apparently that is fine. And her swing certainly was a good one there. So the Indians with the leadoff runner on. This brings up second baseman Taylor Wells. Taylor with a bunt foul, strike 1. Taylor with a single to center, her first time up. Heim at third in a couple of steps. Johnson at first looking to start to charge in at the sign of a bunt. There's another sign of a bunt, but this pitch is high and outside, 1-1. Taylor's not bunting that pitch without a 10-foot pole. Haynes the runner on first with nobody out, the 1-1. Wills with a bunt. Beautiful bunt down the first base side, and they just get her. Wills wasn't out by much. She does complete the sacrifice.
Sacrifice bunt will bring up number 9, Kaylee Johnson.
The catcher Zimmerman to the second baseman Heverlo covering at first. That gets Haynes to second base.
We got a pinch hitter coming up for Kaylee Johnson. It's going to be number 25, Abby Rodmeyer.
Abby Braunmeyer steps in. Now she will bat for Kaylee Johnson. Johnson with a ground out and a sacrifice and her only 2 times up. This could mean that Braunmeyer is going to come in to pitch. And that Durante will move in the outfield. Here's a line drive caught by the second baseman. A race to the bag. And Haynes is back safely. Braunmeyer hit it hard. But the second baseman, Heverlo, was there for a nice catch, and her momentum was taking her towards second base. But Haynes was able to get back up. And another pinch hitter coming in for the Indians now is Olivia Gordon. She will bat for Lauren Kuhn. Kuhn 0 for 2 with a fly to center and a foul out in her 2 trips. Haynes still on second with 2 out. Indians still looking to break a 4-4 tie here in the bottom of the 5th. The right-hand batting, Gordon looks at ball 1 outside. Olivia pinch hit in the first game and struck out. Next pitch hit her, was inside. It got her between the knee and the foot. So the Indians will take that. And Lauren Kuhn will re-enter the game to run for Gordon. I think that was a premeditated move. So the Indians runners on first and second now with 2 out, and the top of the order in Megan Mormon, the catcher. 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And Megan looks at strike 1. 4-4, bottom of 5. Indians with the go-ahead run on second. In Maddie Haynes. Swing, ball slashed to short. Ellis up with it, throws to first in time for the out to retire the side. The Indians threatening in the 5th but come up empty. No runs, 1 hit. There was also a hit batter, no errors. 2 left. The Indians have stranded 9. After 5, it remains Norwalk 4, Oskaloosa 4. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
If you think there's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
Keep up to date on what's going on at the Quincy Place Mall in Ottumwa by joining our text club today. Simply text QPM to 64600. You will receive reminders of our sidewalk sales and other events. Also, when you join our text club, you will be entered for a chance to win a gift certificate. So join our text club today. Text QPM to 64600 and don't forget to like us on Facebook. We'll see you at the Quincy Place Mall at 1110 North Quincy Avenue in Ottumwa.
After 5 innings, Norwalk 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. Oskaloosa 4 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors. Joe Lancello with you from Oskaloosa High School as the Indians look to gain a split from this doubleheader. Norwalk won the first game 1-0. It's 4-4 as we go to the top of the 6th. No changes in the Oskaloosa outfield. Kaylee Johnson is back in the game in left field, re-entering after Braunmeyer pinch hit for her.
Now batting for Norwalk, number 5, Haley down.
McKenna Scheffner still in the game in right. Faith Durandi still on the mound. As Norwalk bring up the top of their order. Right fielder Haley Down looks at strike 1. Well, I got to admit, I wasn't sure what that first pitch was. Next pitch is high. 2-0. Down his line to second. Fly to right and walked, officially 0 for 2. The 2-0 grounded off the third baseman Kinley, and the ball rolls into short left field. And Down will be on with an infield single. That ball was hit pretty hard. Kinley not able to come up with him. The ball ricocheted into short left field. So Norwalk with a leadoff runner on here in the top of the 6th. Charlie Peters
now for Norwalk, number 14.
will now stand in for her first at bat of the game. She came in as a pinch runner in the 4th inning. for Tessa Palmer, who started the game in left field. Peters 0 for 2 and was hit by a pitch in the first game of this doubleheader. Peters bluffs a bunt, and it misses for ball 1. Vanderwall at first, ready to charge in. Kindley at third, looking to charge in if there's a bunt. It's small ball time now. The 1-0 pitch is bunted, foul, 1-1. Indians have dodged bullets. Norwalk with 2 runners on base in each of the last 2 innings, but not able to bring anyone home. And the Indians have left the bases loaded in the second inning and left 2 on base in 3 other innings. So it could be much more than a 4-4 game. Gilchrist is serving as the courtesy runner for the pitcher for a pinch runner, I guess I should say. Here's a bunt. The first baseman Vanderwall came in to charge, throws to Wills covering at first for the out, and Norwalk pull off the sacrifice. 3-4 you score that. The first baseman Vanderwall to the second baseman Wills covering at first, and on the play Gilchrist goes to second. Norwalk coach Andy Powell's pulling out all his cards now with 1 out and the go-ahead run on second with 1 out.
Intentional walk brings up number 7, Emily Ellis.
So Sodergren will be intentionally walked to set up the force. Ellis, the shortstop, a swing of the first pitch and a pop in the air, caught by the first baseman Vanderwall behind the bag for out number 2. Ellis now 0 for 4 in the night with 2 down. The force still very much in play with runners on first and second, now 2 down. And first baseman Abigail Johnson steps in. She's 0 for 2 with a walk. Faith Durandi, pitch. Sails outside, ball 1. Still activity in the Norwalk bullpen. The 1-0 swung on and fouled into the screen, 1-1. Haley Down was throwing a moment ago, so seems that she is going to come and pitch in this game after she was the starter and winner in game 1. Fastball is outside, 2-1. Indians will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters batting in the bottom of the 6th. Kinley, Vanderwall, and Durandi. The 2-1. Swung on line, off the first baseman's glove into right field. Here's the runner off round third coming in. The throw to the plate is late, and Norwalk with a 5-4 lead. Johnson hit a liner that hit the tip of the first baseman Vanderwall's glove and went into right field. Gilchrist, the pinch runner, coming in to score. And on the play, Sodergren goes to third. And Norwalk in the lead, 5-4. First time they've led in this second. No, I take that back. They led 2-0 early in the first inning. Norwalk still with runners at the corners in the top of the 6th and 2 out. And the first pitch to Katie Heverlow is inside for a ball. Heverlow with a pop-up, a walk, and a sacrifice, so officially 0 for 1 with a run scored. Right-hand batter against the right-hander Durandi. Swinging a foul into the screen, 1-1. If Down comes into pitch, she'll be looking to follow up what she did in the first game, a 2-hit shutout with 12 strikeouts. Runners on first and third, the 1-1 pitch, swung and popped, caught by the catcher Mormon. It didn't go very high or very foul, but it stayed in foul territory. And Mormon able to make the grab to retire the side, but not before Norwalk take the lead. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Norwalk is stranded 10. After 5.5, Norwalk 5, Oskaloosa 4. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albia is dedicated to providing their customers with friendly service. Falvey Lumber and Hardware values your business and has made it their mission to provide reliable products and services with their customer-driven approach. Falvey's courteous professional team is able to support a range of services to meet your requirements. Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albia. In Eddyville, call 969-4814 or Albia 932-2150.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge at kineticedgept.com.
There has been a pitching change for Norwalk. Haley Down has moved from right field to the mound. And Emma Goulion, the pitcher, is going to move to right field, so a straight swap there. Goulion in 5 innings gave up 8 hits, 4 runs. I'll have to see how many are earned in a second here. She walked 3, hit 1, and struck out just 1. Goulion stands to get the win. Down, who pitched a complete game 2-hit shutout in the first game of this doubleheader, which Norwalk won 1-0. Down gave up 2 hits, 2 walks, and struck out 12. As Ashley Kinley, the third baseman, stands in for Oskaloosa, the Indians with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up here in the bottom of the 6th. Kinley, Ava Vanderwall, and Faith Durandi. Kinley is 2 for 3 with a run scored. And she looks at a fastball outside for ball 1. Norwalk playing again with the middle infielders, leaving a whole bunch of room right up the middle. The 1-0 pitch sails outside, 2-0. So Norwalk now with 2 different outfielders from the 3 who started the second game. The 2-0 misses low, 3-0. Charlie Peters is in left field. Jaden Lammers in center. And Emma Goulion, the starting pitcher, is now in right field. The 3-0 to Kinley. Outside ball 4. So the Indians get the leadoff runner here in the bottom of the 6th. In the game, they trail 5-4. And now first baseman and Ava Vanderwall has reached on an error and scored, single to drive in a run and fly to left. Indians trailing 5-4, looking to avoid a doubleheader sweep. First pitch is hit in the air to right field. Going back is the right fielder Goulion. She'll make the grab for out number 1. So after moving from the circle to the outfield, Goulion quickly called into action to make the grab for out number 1 on the bottom of the 6th. Now pitcher Faith Durandi, who has a 2-run single, a fly out and a foul out, 1 for 3. Swing and a miss of the first pitch, 0-1. Indians have the tying run on first and Ashley Kinley. Durandi, tall right-handed hitter against the right-hander. Down, who fires high and outside, 1-1. Designated player Haley Hacker on deck for the Indians. Down the right-hander deals. Swung on, sliced into right field for a base hit. Fielded on one hop by Goulian, who fires quickly in the infield, and the Indians have runners on first and second with one out. That's hit number 9 for the Indians.
Designated player number 13, Haley.
Runners on first and second with one out. That'll bring up designated player Haley Hacker, who has an infield single, a walk, and a ground out. 1 for 2. So the courtesy runner for the Indians will be Macy Creer at first. Joining Kinley at second. Hacker, a left-hand batter, stands in. Looks at the first pitch, low, ball 1. Norwalk straight away in the outfield and deep. The 1-0. Got the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Norwalk 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the sixth. Oskaloosa 3 in the first, 1 in the second. The 1-1 to Hacker. Missed just outside, 2-1. Shortstop Maddie Haynes on deck for the Indians. Kinley on second, Creer on first. 2 fast runners. Down with a 2-1, swing and a miss, took a little something off it. And Haley went after it, was on the outside outer half of the plate, and the count evens up 2-2. Hacker, the left-hand hitter, stands tall, swing and a miss. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, strike 3. 2 down for the Indians in the bottom of the 6th, still with runners at first and second. And now shortstop Maddie Haynes, who has walked, struck out, and singled, officially 1 for 2. Right-hand batter Haynes, half swing and a fastball outside. They say she went around strike 1. And Coach Jay Harms quickly out of the third base coaching box saying, "Excuse me?" Harms is now asking the base umpire for his opinion on that. The pitch was certainly out of the strike zone. I didn't think Maddie went around far enough. So Jay Harms loses the argument. Still 0-1 on Maddie Haynes. Kinley on second, Creer on first with 2 down. Indians down 5-4. The 0-1 to Haynes. Swung on, hit high in the air into the circle where Down will catch it to retire the side. The Indians threaten but can't cash in. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 2 left. The Indians have stranded 11. We've played 6. Norwalk 5, Oskaloosa 4. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
Last year, the Bank Iowa team completed almost 9,000 community service hours. Oofta! That's more hours than a year contains. It's refreshing to see a bank that cares. That's actually why I chose to bank with Bank Iowa. They're a local bank that invests in community, and the community that matters most is the one that we're both a part of. Visit your local Bank Iowa location to learn more about our personal, commercial, and agricultural banking services, or go online to bankiowa.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For all your home and business pest management needs, call Certified Pest Control of Oskaloosa. Beth and I offer better prices, better service, same-day responses, and satisfaction guaranteed. We are the only pest control company locally owned and operated. Remember, termites on your property will lead to wood structural damage. So call now for your termite inspection and ask about termite pre-treatment of new construction. We also offer bed bug heat treatments. For seasonal or monthly pest control at the guaranteed lowest prices in the area, call Certified Pest Control, 641-295-0700. We are licensed to kill.
Norwalk Start the top of the 7th with catcher Maddie Zimmerman. She looks at strike 1. Zimmerman with a 2-run double and a walk. Officially 1 for 2 and a swing and a miss, strike 2. Zimmerman, Goulian, and Lammers, the bottom of the order for Norwalk here on the top of the 7th inning, as they now lead Oskaloosa 5-4. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 up and 1 down for Norwalk on the top of the 7th.
Now brings up the right fielder.
And for Faith Durandi, that is strikeout number 2 of the evening. Now Emma Goulian, who started the game as the pitcher and is now the right fielder. She has grounded out, flied out, and reached on an error. 0 for 3 officially, and the first pitch to her is strike 1. Oskaloosa will have the bottom of their order in the 7th. Wills, Johnson, and Kuhn scheduled to hit. And the next pitch to Goulian is ball 1. 1-1 the count. Durandi, who's gone the distance on the circle, fires a fastball inside, 2-1. Start of a busy week for the Indians. They've got a makeup game with Grinnell here at home tomorrow, a home game Wednesday against Pella, and a home doubleheader against Indianola on Friday. Here's a chopper down the third baseline, foul, and the count evens 2-2. The second half of the baseball doubleheader seems to be over. I know Oskaloosa lost the first game 9-6 to Norwalk. No word yet on the game 2 score from the baseball park. The 2-2 swung on, lofted into right field for a base hit. And this will be cut off before the warning track, but not before Goulian can make it to second. Goulian with a 1-out double. Hit number 6 for Norwalk on the evening in the second game of the doubleheader. And this brings up center fielder Jaden Lammers, who was hit by a pitch, flied out and struck out. Fastball on the first pitch, just missed outside, ball 1. Kindley at third starting to creep up a little bit in case of a bunt or a slap hit. The 1-0 pitch in for a strike, 1-1. Lammers, a left-hand batter against the right-hander Faith Durandi. Goulian on second. The next pitch is high, 2-1. Indians trying to avoid the doubleheader sweep as they lost the first game 1-0. The 2-1 pitch is fouled into the screen, 2-2. Indians ranked number 5 in the state coming into this doubleheader. Norwalk ranked 14th. So the Indians want to salvage the second game. The 2-2 just missed outside, 3-2. The top of the order in pitcher Haley Down on deck for Norwalk. The 3-2. Swung on, grounded slowly to second. Wills ran the wrong way, going after the ball, and they throw it in time for the out. Wills started to run towards second, but the ball was actually hit more toward first. Taylor had to reverse her field and get the throw in time for the out, and on the play, Goulian will go to third.
Now hitting for the Warriors, the pitcher, number 5, Haley Down.
So Norwalk with a runner on third, and 2 down and a 5-4 lead. As Down looks at a pitch, high, ball 1. Down is lined to second, fly to right, walked, and singled and scored. She actually scored the go-ahead run on the 6th. The 1-0 grounded to second, past Wills, trying to find it, and she can, and a run scores. Taylor stopped the ball, but the ball got tangled up in her feet, and by the time she found it, Goulian came in to score to make it 6-4. And Down is safe at first. And will they use a courtesy runner? Apparently not, as Charlie Peters stands in, takes a pitch high for ball one. Peters came into the game as a pinch runner in the fourth inning, has a sacrifice in her only time at bat. 6-4 Norwalk. Now in the top of the seventh with two down and a runner on first. Half swing Coster for a strike. Peters open stance, ducked away from a fastball there. And the count evens 2-1 the count. Okay. Indians straight away in the outfield. There's a swing and a foul on a play to the right by Peters. Count goes 2-2. Designated player Briley Sodergren is on deck. Down the runner on first. The 2-2 is hit into left field for a base hit. And the ball gets by Kaylee Johnson and goes to the fence. Here is down around third. She'll come in to score. Peters is on second. And it's now 7-4 Norwalk. Down with a single to left.
Now up.
And she'll advance to second. On the error by Kaylee Johnson, who just overran the ball. Now Sodergren stands in and looks at ball one. Sodergren with an RBI triple. She was hit by a pitch, reach on error, and also reach on an intentional walk, and she hits one in the air. Foul to the right. Count evens 1-1. Norwalk took a 2-0 lead in the first. Oskaloosa came back with 3 in their half of the first. The Indians added a run in the second to make it 4-2. Norwalk tied it at 4 in the third. And now here's a swing and a fly ball to right. It is high and it's off the fence. A run will score. The throw to second, not handled. The ball came in to Haynes at short, and she wasn't able to hang on to the ball. So Sodergren with an RBI double to right. And it's now 8-4 Norwalk as they've scored 3 here in the top of the seventh.
Now hitting for Norwalk, number 7, Emily Ellis.
Sodergren's second RBI of the game. Now shortstop Emily Ellis stands in. She's 0 for 4. Durante's pitches a fastball high 1-0. Norwalk 3 runs in this top of the seventh. Thanks to 3 hits and a couple of errors. Fastball got the outside corner 1-1. Ellis, the right-handed batter, stands in, slightly closed stance. Looks at a pitch high 2-1. Norwalk putting things away here with a run in the sixth to give them a 5-4 lead and adding 3 more insurance runs here on the top of the seventh. And the 2-1 pitch to Ellis misses 3-1. Sodergren is on second. The 3-1. In for a strike, 3-2. Ellis started to go to first. And the umpire said, not so fast. Durante back on the rubber. The 3-2. Swung on in line, foul to right. Count holds at 3-2. Sodergren, the runner at second. 2 down. Norwalk with 3 runs already here in the top of the 7th. The 3-2 to Ellis. Boinked into short right field for a base hit. Here's Sodergren around third. The throw will come in to Durandi in the circle, but that will allow Ellis to get to second. Ellis with a ball just lofted above shortstop.
Now hitting for the Warriors, number 3.
Into short left field. So runners at second and third now for Norwalk with 2 away. They've already got 3 runs in here in the top of the 7th. And first baseman Abigail Johnson stands in. She looks at ball 1. Johnson 1 for 3 with a walk. Her single in the 6th brought in the go-ahead run for Norwalk in that 6th inning. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Norwalk up 8-4 in the top of the 7th. Looking to sweep this doubleheader and extend their winning streak to 7. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. This has been a long inning in more ways than one for the Indians. Runners on second and third. The 1-2 pitch. Missed inside 2-2. Katie Heverlow is on deck, the second baseman. She would be the 9th Norwalk hitter to bat this inning. Sodergren on third, Ellis on second. The 2-2 misses high, 3-2. And Durandi with a frustrated hop in the circle, which I think translates to the word darn or something like it. The 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will end the 7th, but not before Norwalk scored 3 times on 4 hits. There were 2 Oskaloosa errors and Norwalk strand 2. They've stranded a dozen. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Norwalk 8, Oskaloosa 4. Back in a minute. This is Oskaloosa Indian Softball on KMZN and the No Coast Network.
Oskaloosa Vision Center's hometown doctors have strong roots in Oskaloosa and are dedicated to serving the community. We use state-of-the-art equipment to provide high-quality, professional eye care through comprehensive eye exams, medical care for eye infection and disease treatment, as well as emergency aid and pre- and post-operative care. With our large variety of prescription glasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses, we strive to meet the needs of all patients, from newborn to adult. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
Fred's Muffler Shop in Oskaloosa has been a family-owned and operated business for over 55 years and is proud to support our community and the student athletes in it. Fred's Muffler provides their customers with bumper-to-bumper quality work done with hometown dependability and competitive prices. Come see what's new at Fred's Muffler Shop in the brand new showroom located at 1214 A Avenue West in Oskaloosa.
The Indians down to their last at bat. They now need 4 runs to tie this as they trail Norwalk 8-4 on the bottom of the 7th. Second baseman Taylor Wills stands in. First pitch as a fastball that sails away, ball 1. Taylor grounded out to drive in a run. She's got a single and a sacrifice, so officially a 1-for-2 night. Taylor down, deals. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Down came into pitch last inning in relief of the starter, Emma Goulian. Goulian would get the win. 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. Walked 3 and struck out 1. The 1-1 to Wills. Low 2-1. Wills followed by Kaylee Johnson and Lauren Kuhn scheduled to hit as Wills fouls one into the screen, 2-2. Wills, the right-hand batter against the right-hander down, the 2-2. Swung on, popped into the air, going into short right field, and it'll be caught by the second baseman, Hevelo, for out number 1. And Kaylee Johnson will stand in. She has grounded out and a sacrifice, officially 0 for 1. The right-handed batting sophomore looks at a pitch low for ball 1. The 1-0 in for a strike, 1-1. Norwalk straight away in the outfield deep. They won't have anything hit in front of them. Here's a grounder to third. Heim throws to first, but the first baseman can't hang on to the ball. And Johnson is safe. On the error by the first baseman. Second error of the day against Norwalk.
Now hitting for Oskaloosa's number 1, Lauren Kuhn.
So Lauren Kuhn will stand in, the center fielder. Lauren has flied out and popped out, officially 0 for 2. And looks at strike 1. Kuhn, the number 9 batter in the Oskaloosa batting order. Catcher Megan Mormon would be on deck. The 0-1 swung on and fouled out of play to the left. And the count goes 0-2. And Kaylee Johnson goes back to first. Indians fans trying to inspire their team. They're down 4 in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-2 to Kuhn. Swing and a miss, strike 3. For the second out of the inning. And Oskaloosa now down to their last out.
Off the top of the lineup, number 6,
Megan Mormon, the catcher, has flied out, singled and scored, walked, and grounded out. Officially 1 for 3. Johnson, the runner at first. Time is called by the home plate umpire. Mormon, right-handed batter against the right-hander down. Fastball sails high and away, 1-0. Indians with home games Tuesday against Grinnell, Wednesday against Pella, single games. Then a doubleheader at home on Friday against Indianola. The 1-0 sails well outside, 2-0. Hits even at 9 apiece, but it's Norwalk leading in the run column, 8-4. The 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0. Down has given up a hit and a walk in her 1 2/3 innings. The 3-0. Strike called, 3-1. I was saying the Norwalk outfielders very happy to have something hit in front of them. They don't want anything hit behind them unless it goes over the fence. The 3-1 to Mormon. Swung on, slice foul to the right side, and out of the reach of the first baseman Johnson in foul territory, and the count goes full, 3-2. And the Indians also with 3 games Saturday with the Indian Classic at Lacey Recreation Complex. 9:15 a.m. against East Marshall, then games later in the afternoon against Fairfield and Creston. We'll have all those games for you on KMZN on Saturday. The 3-2 to Mormon. Swung on and hit over and back, and the count remains full, 3-2. Mormon stands back in. Johnson the runner at first. The 3-2. Low ball 4. Second walk allowed by Down. This sends Johnson to second. And we'll bring in Kiara Bjornsson as the courtesy runner at first.
Kiara Bjornsson. And up to bat now for the Indians is number 2, Ashley Kendley.
So now the Indians have the tying run in the on-deck circle as third baseman Ashley Kinley stands in with runners in first and second and 2 out. Downs pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Kinley has doubled and scored, singled, grounded to second, and walked. Officially a 2-for-3 day. Right-hand batter against the right-hander Down. The 0-1 swung on and fouled into the screen, 0-2. Norwalk 1 strike away from a doubleheader sweep. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and this one's over. Norwalk come to Oskaloosa and get a doubleheader sweep.
That concludes tonight's
1-0 and 8-4. Oskaloosa in the 7th, no runs, 1 hit. There was a walk and 1 error. The Indians stranded 2. They left 13 men on base in the game. The final in game 2, Norwalk 8, Oskaloosa 4. We'll come back and wrap things up here from Oskaloosa High School when we come back in 2 minutes. This is Oskaloosa High School softball on KMZN, AM and FM, and the No Coast Network.
Why is Seafirst Credit Union growing so fast? Because Andy got a great rate on his new truck for him and his best buddy. Because Derek and Stephanie's checking account includes opportunities to qualify for some serious cash. And Matt joined Seafirst because his best friends recommended it. And they were right about sushi. It all adds up. Save with us, borrow with us, grow with us. Because together is better.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Water is more than just a source of life. We have fun with it, clean with it, grow with it, save lives with it. How water gets to us is rarely ever thought about. But at Clow Valve Company, water is never taken for granted. We design and build some of the most advanced water valves and hydrants in the world from one of the cleanest, greenest, and safest facilities in the United States. Clow Valve Company, it's more.
For over 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old-world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
Joe Lancello back with you from Oskaloosa High School. The totals for Game 2 in the softball doubleheader. Norwalk 8 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, 12 left on base. Oskaloosa 4 runs, 9 hits, 5 errors, and 13 left on base. The winning pitcher was Emma Goulian. She started the game with the first 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. She walked 3 and struck out 1. Haley Down pitched the final 2 innings and could well get credit for a save here. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 2 walks, no runs, and struck out 3. Faith Durante pitched for Oskaloosa, went the distance, and took the loss. in this game, too. Faith now 2-2 on the season. She went the distance, 7 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs. Got to work out yet how many of those runs were earned. She walked 4, hit 2, and struck out 3. In the first game, it was Norwalk beating Oskaloosa 1-0, a pitcher's duel. Norwalk getting the only run of the game in the 5th inning, as Haley Down, who finished this second game, started the first game, pitched a 2-hit shutout with 12 strikeouts. Haley Hacker took the loss in that game despite giving up 6 hits and striking out 9. So Oskaloosa now 8-4 on the season and 2-3 in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Norwalk has now won 7 in a row. And they improved to 5-0 in the Little Hawkeye Conference. And they could have a sure first place depending how Indianola does in their doubleheader with Dallas Center Grimes. Anything less than an Indianola sweep, and Norwalk will have a sure first place. Or actually, they'll have it all by themselves. So we'll see what else happens through the night, and we'll have all the scores for you tomorrow morning on our news updates on KBOE FM and KMZN AM and FM tomorrow morning. And the Oskaloosa Indians back in action tomorrow night with a makeup game against Grinnell. That will be here at the high school with a 7:30 start. Then the Indians softball team, another home game on Wednesday against Pella. Also a 7:30 start. And then another doubleheader on Friday. That'll be against Indianola with a 5:30 start for that twin bill. And then the Indians have got the Indian Classic Saturday at Lacey Recreation Complex, where they will face East Marshall at 9:15, Fairfield at 12:45, and Crescent at 4:15. We'll have all those Oskaloosa games for you Saturday on KMZN AM and FM. And we'll check the schedule and see about possibly having a Sigourney or EBF broadcaster too in there as well. That is going to do it for us here from Oskaloosa High School. Thanks very much to Brother Dave at Mission Control. Thanks to Titus Flutzring and Jared Buckaloo and the Oskaloosa Video Production crew. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to you for listening. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I'm Joe Lancello. The final scores here again. Norwalk beat Oskaloosa twice in a softball doubleheader, 1-0 and 8-4. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll talk to you later. Good night, everyone.
You've been listening to live Oskaloosa Indians softball on the No Coast Network. Brought to you by Bank Iowa, Cloud Valve Company, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Pella Printing, Robert Ald Investments, Malcolm Lumber, Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, Certified Pest Control, Community First Credit Union, Fred's Muffler Shop, Hawkeye Real Estate, Pella Regional Health Center, Edward Jones Investments, Falvey Lumber and Hardware, Mahaska Drug, Quincy Place Mall in Ottumwa, Lighton State Bank, Gatton Realty, the Welcome Inn of Eddyville, Northern Mahaska Specialty Care Center, and the Rock Island Tap. Your Keys to the Game sponsor is Craig Ford. This has been a presentation of the No Coast Network.